hi. I'm just waiting for Bob.
How you doing?
Me? Oh, I'm fine. Dr. Marlette says I'm all ready to start my regular life again.
But?
Oh, we've talked about this ad nauseum. Listen, you know perfectly well that I have never been somebody to run scared, and I tell you, I cannot get past it. Do you have any idea how angry that makes me?
It's going to get better, you know.
Oh, really? When you and Bob came and told me that the operation was a success, I assumed that the nightmare was over and that I could get back to my life the way it used to be.
And you will.
I don't know about that. No matter how much better my body gets, when I do anything that makes my heart beat faster, I panic. I think I'm going to check out.
Sit down. You know, sometimes the mind bounces back a lot faster than the body does.
I have to tell you that this little monster ticker thing has just taken over my life. I mean, it affects everything I do.
Well, I'm sorry to hear you're still having such a difficult time with it.
Oh, listen, it's not your fault, kid. I mean, you did your job. I just haven't done mine.
Well, I don't know. I'm your doctor. Perhaps I should have prepared you better for this emotional reaction that you could have here.
Trust me, there is no way that anybody could have prepared me for this. Gosh, I feel like such a wimp.
You know, there's an upside to all of this.
Really? What? Tell me, quick.
Once you get past this fear, all of these feel-good cliches about having a much better perspective about life, they really do click in. You know, I think I learned an awful lot myself from the time that I was sick. And what I do now, and I think what we all start to do is live more in the moment, you know? Hey, the roses, they aren't bad when you take the time to smell them. You're going to get through this. You're the strongest woman I know.
Oh, listen, thank you very much for the vote of confidence.
Well, no, you always have my vote. It's not me that you have to convince.
Oh, well, if you're talking about Bob, he has been
I'm
totally
talking
supportive.
about you. I don't seem to be able to get to you on this thing.
Well, listen, you just told me that it's going to take time for me to get past certain things.
That's right. What are you so frightened of?
Nothing specific.
Must be something. Tell you what. You think back to the last time that you were scared. Now, there must have been a particular activity that you were doing. What was it?
Let's not do this.
Come on now. You've got a problem here. We can get to the bottom of it. What are we talking about?
I don't want to get into it.
What is it that you do that makes your heart race so much that you... Are we talking about sex? Are you having a problem with sex?
I have my reasons for wanting to know about you. I gotta tell you, in the beginning, when I first met you, I was interested. You weren't like the other girls I'd seen.
I don't know quite what to say to that.
Well, for what it's worth, I was very disappointed to find out that you were unavailable. And I can't for the life of me figure out what it is you see in... Forget I said that.
No. Not that it's something that you need to know. But what I see in Mark is a man who loves me very much and who's always going to be there for me.
I find that hard to believe.
There's a lot more to him than you know.
The problem is, I'm just not all that interested in finding out.
You know, I'm sure you and Mark are a lot alike that way. I'm sure there are sides to you that I haven't seen yet.
Well, if you ever want to take a closer look, be my guest.
Only problem is I'm not sure I'm that interested in finding out. But I do have a couple of questions I want to ask you.
Oh, go ahead. I've got nothing to hide.
You sure about that?
Absolutely.
I want you to tell me about the girl. The one that Mark went out with in Skokie. Annie, right?
Yeah, right. What do you want to know?
How close were you and Annie? And why are you so afraid to admit that now?
I could lie to you, Sam, and tell you that I planned the whole thing in advance, but I didn't. It just kind of unfolded as I went along.
Well, if you weren't planning on getting Diego, why'd you show up at the wedding?
I didn't figure Lily would actually marry the creep. See, I thought she'd dump him at the altar, and I was gonna be there to see it happen.
Yeah, it was gonna be payback time.
Yeah, for you and for me. I went there to watch for both of us, Sam. Ever since you left, I've done everything for us. You believe me, don't you?
I want to.
Sam, you don't understand what it's been like for me ever since you've left. I mean, I can't sleep. I can't think straight.
Well, why don't you tell me about the night that Diego was killed? That would convince me.
When the minister said, does anybody object to the union of these two people, I wanted to jump up and just stop the whole farce, but I knew that wouldn't be right. I just knew that that wouldn't do it for me.
I don't understand.
I wanted Diego to lose the woman he loved the way I lost the woman I loved, because she turned on him, because she walked out. And then when the minister said, I pronounce you man and wife, I saw the look on his face, and I realized that rat was happy the way I've dreamed of being happy. And I just knew. When I saw his face, I knew.
You knew what, Kirk? What did you know?
I knew that someone had to make sure that justice was done.
And that someone was going to be you.
Yeah, I realized, I don't know how I realized, but I just realized it was all up to me. You know, everybody in that church hated Diego. And I was the only one with guts enough to do anything about it. I know how that sounds, but talking about killing a man...
No, I understand. You had to be the strong one. What I don't understand is how you did it without being seen.
Oh, I'm not sure myself. All I know is that I was on my feet. I was following them out of the church. I didn't know what I was going to do to Diego, but I knew I had to do something. And then I was outside, and it was dark, and there was this amazing electrical storm raging. And suddenly, Margot was standing near me. And I saw her gun in the holster.
And you knew what you had to do.
Yeah. It all became clear. It was like I've been walking around in a fog for months, and then it just lifted, and I knew I had my chance.
Chance?
Yeah. To make up to you and to everyone else for bringing that animal into our lives.
That's how you saw it.
Yeah, but most of all, I wanted to prove how much I loved you. And I wanted to do it just by putting it all out there on the line.
And you did that by taking Margot's gun and killing Diego.
I'd do it again if you asked me to. I'd do anything you ask.
Don't believe it.
Emily!
Don't believe him, Sam. He doesn't mean one word he said.